is in the air on this brand new episode of Mighty Mac Week in Review. How are you guys? Thank you for tuning in. My name's Dave Molinaro. I'm joined by my partner, Sarah Pasternak. A lot going on this week. Last night was the Super Bowl. Today's the Chinese New Year.
Happy Year of the Monkey.
Year of the Monkey. Also, it's Valentine's Day week. I don't have plans yet. Someone shoot me a text. And then also it's Play for K week.
So just like Dave said, we're in our twinning outfits because it is Play for K week. We didn't plan this, I promise, which will be on Wednesday night in Alumni Hall. The men's basketball team is looking to clinch their spot in playoffs in the last 2 weeks of the season here, and the women's team is looking to clinch the sixth and final place for playoffs. The men hosted Gwen and Mercy last Monday in a makeup game. Let's look at the highlights.
Early on in the game, Ron Melton takes the pass at the top of the key with the shot clock winding down, pulls the trigger on a deep ball, and knocks it down for one of his 10 first-half triples for the Mighty Macs. The Mighty Macs break through the full-court press with Roy Farrell Jr. splitting two defenders, slicing the lane, finds Tony Calamaro, who goes up, gets fouled, gets the flowers and the chocolate too for 2 of his 14 points. Later on in the first half, on their way to building a 20-point lead, Rodney Duncan, who led the Macs that night with 18 points, shows off some fancy dribbling work, drives, stops baseline, hits a little stop, pop, and drop, puts the Mighty Macs up 42-33 at the break. The Macs were on fire from long range this game, with a program record tying 15 three balls. Tony Calamaro contributes to it here with this one from the corner, but the Macs would fall 75-73. The Macs would then travel to Cabrini and lose one on the road and then have a quick bounce-back game at Marywood. I'll set the scene for you. I was in my apartment alone. The computer was set up on my coffee table. I'm yelling at my laptop, going crazy. The Macs were fighting back. The diaper dandy Mike Pekarski hit a buzzer beater at the end of regulation, send it into overtime. The Pacers are stunned. They come out quick in OT, get an early lead. But the Mighty Macs and Matt Simon scored 7 points in the final minutes with the dagger three ball from the corner, under 10 seconds left. Macs with the big upset win, 63-62.
Absolutely nuts.
Loved it. They have a chance to clinch the playoffs this week with a win Wednesday and Cairn loss. If not, then they have one more shot at Gwen at Mercy on Saturday.
So the women's team also hosted Gwen and Mercy last week. They dropped the contest 66-46, but then they hosted Keystone on Wednesday. Let's take a look at those highlights. In the first quarter, Bailey Cruson and Teresa Walsh are playing a game of catch. Cruson ends up with the wide-open three-pointer and knocks it down. The Macs would lead 21-15 after one quarter. In the second, the Macs are showing off some good ball movement as Tess Kiefer slings this perfect pass to Teresa Walsh under the basket, who lays it home for 2 of her 8 points on the day. This was one of the greatest points of the whole night. Time winding down in the first half, Riley Larkin lofts the pass to Gina Kachi on the left wing, who knocks down this three-pointer just as time expires on the first half. She had 16 points and IU led 44-29 at the break. Then to start the second half, Riley Larkin pulls down the rebound and goes the length of the floor before dishing out one of her 8 assists on the night to Mighty Mac of the Week, Tamira Laws, who had 13 points and an impressive 21 rebounds on the day. Then it's Larkin again who would finish off the Giants in the fourth quarter with this pull-up three-pointer to give her 29 points on the day and a 73-58 victory for the Mighty Macs. Dave then caught up with Larkin late last week for an interview.
We're joined here by Riley Larkin, a senior on the Immaculata women's basketball team. Riley, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
So this week we had a big conference game hosting Keystone. Both teams tied for 7th place, just outside the top 6, making the playoffs. So going into it, we knew it was a big game, pulled out a big win. A lot of people contributed. Yourself, you had a career-high 29 points. Tamira Laws ripped down something like 21 rebounds, 15 points. Gina Kachi, Teresa Walsh, everyone contributed. Can you talk about that win?
It was definitely a big win. Christy told us a couple days before that, don't look forward. We definitely need to get the win versus Keystone before we even think about Marywood on Saturday. Right now, being in 7th place, we can't look ahead. We just got to take every game as it is and try to get the win.
And then for you personally going into games, it's a little different because there's a bullseye on your back. Other teams game plan against you, leading the conference in points, 18.9 points a game. So going into it, everyone's, all right, we got to stop Larkin tonight. But you still, as we said, last night, 29 points, career high. You still get your points. Going into it, what's your mentality?
I don't really think about points when I go into the game. I just need to get into the flow. And then as the game goes, even if they're in my face, I just play my game and it happens as it happens.
You do what you do. And then a big night coming up next Wednesday, home game, 6 o'clock. It's the Pink Out Play for K night, which is always a big night, and also Senior Day. You and Liz McBride are the seniors on the team, so it's going to be your last time playing in Alumni Hall. What are your feelings going towards that, knowing that the end is near?
I don't know. I mean, coming to Immaculata was one of the greatest decisions I've ever made in my college career. But definitely nerve-wracking because it's your last time playing in Alumni Hall, but just trying to get the win. I mean, I'm going to be here a semester next year, so it's going to be, tough, but take it as it is, and one day at a time.
All right, Riley, thank you for coming in. Good luck
Thanks
the rest of the way.
Thank you.
The women's team would then fall to first place Marywood by a score of 68-57. They are 2 games off of a final playoff spot with 4 games remaining. They'll be hosting Cedar Crest on Wednesday for Senior Day and then Summit on Saturday.
The men's and women's track and field team competed this past weekend at East Stroudsburg. Let's see how they did.
Angel Chamal Rodriguez was the star for the Mighty Macs on Saturday as he placed 3rd in the 3,000 meter and 10th in the 1 mile event for the 2 best finishes for IU. Alex Felderstein also placed 17th in the shot put. For the women, the 4x8 meter relay team of Jennifer Berdinier, Diana Cusick, Emily Lowe, and Jackie D'Amico ran their way to 6th place, while Kayla Rimkus in the 5,000 meter, Diana Cusick in the 1 mile, and Mackenzie Green in the 3,000 meter all placed 8th individually. Track and field will have their final meet of the indoor season on Friday at Susquehanna.
Just a reminder, we said it earlier in the episode, Wednesday is a doubleheader play for K night. Women at 6, the men at 8. Tickets are $5 at the door, and all the proceeds go to the K Yao Foundation. Make sure you wear pink.
Make sure you wear pink so you could try twinning with me and Dave. Come out for that. That's all we have for this week's episode. Make sure you keep a lookout for spring interviews looking into the incoming spring season. That's all we have. My name is Sarah Pasternak.
My name's Dave Molinaro.
And go Max.